Since there are a lot of viewers now, I guess we should start. So what we're going to be doing today is teaching you guys about the basics of CCs. And if you don't know what CC stands for, it stands for crowd control. And it's basically skills that disable your opponent from doing certain stuff. So in this game, there are three main types of CCs. You have knockdown. For example, my 3 ability knocks down for 3 seconds. You have dazes, daze for 2 seconds, and you have stuns. And the difference, okay, let's show them off quickly. So a knockdown knocks someone off their feet and they fall to the ground. A daze makes them lose their balance and they fall to their knees. And a stun basically makes them dizzy. And the difference between these three CCs is what escapes you can use during them. So every class has similar escapes, but there are a few differences. At first we're going to go through the shared escapes, and then after that we'll go over the class specific ones. So if I go open my skill window now, I will show you guys all the escape skills first. So on F you have retreat, also known as back roll or roll. On your tab you have, for KFM it's called second wind. Then you also have on 1 for KFM this is called tornado, and on 2 you have somersault kick, which is also known as ground counter. And the difference between these CCs are which escapes you have available. So if Shiba, can you come here? If you knock me down, you can see I had 4 buttons available. So if you can knock me down again. Basically all 4 of your escape options are available when you're knocked down. And then we have daze. So if you daze me, now I only have 2 escape options available. And then the final one, stun, but you don't, okay. Yeah, stun, you only have your tab escape. So I'll go over each escape now. So basically your tab escape, which a lot of people also like to call trinket, is your main escape. Like when you have it up, people can't combo you safely. They have to bait it from you first before they can actually start a combo on you. And so if I stun Shiba now and you use your tab escape, that's what tab escape looks like. And tab escapes in this game are unpunishable. You can catch them after the tab escape, but there's no way to get like a guaranteed punish on a tab escape. The only thing you have to do is basically avoid it. But every class's tab escape works differently in the game. If Pomf, Intro, and Menez comes here quickly. Shiba, you too. So, is your tab escape available, Shiba?
Yes.
Okay, so gather up so I can stun all of you at once. All these 4 classes, including my own, have the same type of tab escape. So if I stun them now, they all do a 3 meter area of effect counter attack, which also resists all damage. And if you stun me too quickly, stun me, you can see I have a similar effect. And what tab escapes does when you hit someone with it is daze them for 2 seconds. So if someone's comboing you and you want to escape, you can hit them on it and also get a chance for a counter or comeback window. But then we have Assassin. Come here, Ari. Wait, Shiba, come here too. I'm just gonna show how it looks like first, but I won't get hit by it, so use your tab escape now. Assassin's Tab Escape. You weren't supposed to tab escape, Shiva, but Assassin's Tab Escape. Okay. It's also a 3-meter area of effect attack, but they don't daze you when you get hit. Instead, it disables you for 1 second. You can't do anything at all, and if you get hit by it, they can link it into a stun or any CC they have available while they're in stealth. And what it also does is, if you get hit by it, it also makes you blind and deaf. Your entire screen will go white. So that's the tab escape and your main escape. If your main escape, tab escape, is on cooldown, you get caught, you will most likely be eating a lot of nasty combos. But next we have the back roll or retreat escape. This escape is available on Daze and Knockdown. I forgot to mention it before, but tab escape is available during all 3 main CCs. Retreat. If I Daze Shuba now, you can see he rolls out of my attack, and this skill is invulnerable for a short time, but at the very end of it, there's a short window where you can catch them again, 100%. They can't do anything during that window, and they're no longer invulnerable. So if I knock him down now, okay, those guys were in the way, but you can see I caught him again. Actually, let's make a better showcase. Come here so I don't hit those two. Is your retreat available?
Yep.
Okay, so if I do it again, you can see I caught him during his roll, and that's before he can do anything at all. He can't do anything to avoid that. So if you time a counter on it properly, you can catch them again and keep comboing or keep trying to bait their tab escape, which is what your ultimate goal should be. And now we have the knockdown escape options. So if Shuba knocks me down, you can see on my 1 ability, I can get back up very slowly. And the thing with this ability is that it's slow. It's like a high risk, high reward type of skill or escape. If you get out with it, it's incredibly good. But if you get hit during it, you will get knocked down again and possibly be eating more combos. So you see, he hit me during it, and I got knocked down again for 1 second. And next, on the 2 skill, can you knock me down again? This is called the ground counter, and during it, it lasts for 0.8 seconds. It's my somersault kick. You can see counters for 0.8 seconds. And if they hit you during it, you will make a counter attack on them while also ending the knockdown state, and basically have a chance for counter attack or comeback window. So if I do it to him now, you can see he lifts up his sword, and if I hit it, he spin slashes me and knocks me down. Every class's ground counter lasts for 0.8 seconds, but they all work differently. So, as you see, he knocked me down, and when I hit his ground counter, he knocked me down, but if he hits mine, he gets dazed instead. And if we get RE, I will knock him down. If I hit his, he goes behind me and stuns me. So you basically need to know how each class's ground counter works to deal with it properly. The ways of dealing with ground counter, I'll go over them now. So if I knock Shuba down, that was not your ground counter. Okay. Again. So right as the ground counter ends, after 0.8 seconds, you can hit another CC follow-up, guaranteed, but you need very good timing for it. Because if you're even slightly late, you will possibly be missing it or getting deflected. So learn your timing. Like, you knock them down, and when you see them do their counter animation, you count 0.8 seconds in your head, and when it hits 0, you counter instantly. You don't react to when it ends. You have to counter in anticipation. So if I knock him down again... Okay, I hit too early there. So yeah, if you hit too early or too late, you won't be getting a CC follow-up. Okay, so let's do it again. I don't think your skill's available yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, so if I do it again... See, right there, I counted 0.8 seconds in my head, and then I used another CC to keep him locked. And now the second way of dealing with a ground counter is defense ignoring skills. And for KFM, this will mostly be your tremor ability on V. This goes through defense, such as blocking animations or counters, skills like that. So if I knock him down now, you can see even though he was countering, my V still hit him and stunned him again. So you can also use those skills to go through their ground counter. And the third and final way of dealing with a ground counter is to CC them before they use it. But this is a bit tricky depending on the class you're fighting. So if I'm gonna knock Shuba down now. I think I'm lagging.
Yeah, I am as well.
Is it the server or... Oh my god.
Yes, it's
No,
the server.
Yeah, it's the server. I think it's back now.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, it's back.
I use my ground counter.
The third and final way of dealing with a ground counter is to use a daze or a stun before they use it. But like I said, this works differently depending on the class you're fighting. So if I do it against Shuba, you can see he can still ground counter. So if you do this on a Blade Master, you can daze them before they use it, but then you have to wait the ground counter out anyway, and if you don't hit into it, or even if you do, they will still be dazed afterwards, or stunned, depending on what you did. So you basically just want to avoid getting hit by it. So if I do it again now, RNG block. That was a random block for those who don't know. Okay, so let's do it again.
I did it already.
Yeah, you did. Two seconds. Okay, so now...
The ground counter wasn't available for
See,
now, and I used it.
he hit me even though he was stunned, so... But even if you hit into his ground counter when in this situation, if you have enough time to get out of the CC or you avoided it, you can still convert out of it. So let's do it again. See, he does it ground counter, and then you can see I waited out and then lifted him up into the air, which you can only do when someone is stunned or dazed. But if the destroyer comes here now, Menace, come here. For destroyer, this is different. If I knock him down and then daze him, he can't use his ground counter anymore. It gets completely grayed out. So if you can land a daze or stun before they manage to use their ground counter, you can safely keep comboing them. And this is the same for KFM. It's the same but different in a way. If Shuba knocks me down and dazes me, okay, that was kind of late.
So. I'll do it again.
See, I can press my ground counter, but it has no effect at all. So if you're at KFM and you get dazed or stunned while knocked down, you want to avoid using your ground counter because you will only unnecessarily put it on cooldown. It won't have any effect at all. One thing to note as well is that if you do this trick on them... Wait, I should tell you what to do before. So if I do this trick on him, he can still get up with his one option.
Yeah, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's kind of... Let's do it again.
But I'm
he
still
got up
stunned.
with his... Yeah, but he got up with his normal get up, but as you can see, he was still stunned afterwards, so you can still convert out of it, even if they do that. But keep in mind, when they get up with their 1 option, the tornado, for KFM that is, it's the unsuccessful skill, resist knockdown, groggy, which is the same as daze, stun and knockback for 1 second. So you need to keep that 1 second duration in mind. Because if... Okay, let me use my 1 ability. Knock me down. And then try to daze me after it.
No, it does
That
not.
was too late.
Yeah,
Sorry, use your 2 instead.
Alright. Hold on.
Yeah, it's uncool. Let me see. Okay, it's ready. See, since I successfully got up with it, I resisted that stun, which you do that for 1 second. So that's why I said this skill is a high risk, high reward escape. Because if you do manage to escape with it, that's incredible. Like, you didn't waste any cooldowns except for the slow get up, and you still have all of them available. But if you get hit, you will still be getting comboed. Okay, now I'm going to go into a class specific escape. If X-Shade comes here, I don't think he's on Discord, so I have to type to him. Oh, he is here.
No,
okay.
he is.
Okay, so if I daze or knock him down and he uses his retreat. Okay, he didn't use it. Let's try again. Oh, and he evaded. See? Different from other classes. His retreat, he goes much further behind or backwards. I think it's 8 meters or 10. I can't remember exactly, but it still has that guaranteed window at the end. You just need to keep the distance in mind when you do it. So if he uses it again... Wait, let's go further away from them so I don't hit them. Come here, X-Shade. Okay, so if I do it now, or if he doesn't evade, and RNG block. Okay, I'll knock him down. And RNG block. Randomness in this game, man. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. And you need to back roll too, or retreat. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, I was too early there, but if you keep the distance in mind and you know the proper timing, you still get a guaranteed follow-up on them before they can do anything at all. So let's try again 1 more time. I'm just gonna wait for your cooldown. And I'm gonna hit you from behind so you don't evade it or block it. Okay, so now... See, you can land the guaranteed follow-up as long as you have proper timing. And I also need to mention Summoner's tab escape, the main escape for every class. Theirs is different from other classes too. It has no counter attack, but instead they go back 10 meters and enter stealth for 3 seconds. So if I stun him now, and he uses... See, that was his tab escape. He went backwards and entered stealth. And like I said earlier, every tab escape is unpunishable. You can catch them after it, but there's no guaranteed follow-up punish on it. But like if a summoner thinks he's safe after entering stealth, and he doesn't do anything afterwards, you can catch him off guard and keep comboing him. A lot of summoners think that they're safe after using tab escape, but they're only in stealth. If you can land an AoE on them, you can bring them back out of stealth and keep comboing. That goes for all the shared escapes. Wait, I forgot to mention one big thing. If summoners and force masters, they don't have a ground counter on their 2 button when they're knocked down. Here. The classes that have this are Kung Fu Master, Blade Dancer, Blade Master, and Destroyer. Summoners and Force Masters don't actually have it, so if you knock them down, you can keep hitting away on them without worrying about getting countered. So I knock him down and yeah, he can't do anything about it. He can just lie there, unless he has his retreat available, but that's another issue. So that goes for all the shared escapes. Now we'll go into the class-specific ones. So if we start with Force Master, intro. Force Master, they can skill their backdash, or their SS as many people call it, to escape stuns and dazes, and even knockdowns. So, and what the skill does is, in a 3-meter radius, will freeze anyone who's standing inside it, and they will back away somewhere like 12 meters. Can you tell me, intro?
14 meters.
14. They will dash back 14 meters and freeze anyone in a 3-meter radius. So if I stun him now, you can see he dashed away and froze me for 5 seconds. Next we have Assassin. Assassin has a skill called, yeah, it's this flower. When they have it placed on the ground, they can escape out of daze and stun and retreat back to their flower. And this skill is also unpunishable. It has a very long invulnerable state. I think it lasts for 1 second, even after they left it.
Yeah, 1 second after you reach it.
Yeah, so if you place it down again, and I stun him, you can see he retreats back to it, even though he was stunned. Something I forgot to mention about Force Master's backdash escape is that its resistance or invulnerable state is very short. So if you can bring them next to a wall or something similar where they can't dash far back, let's see if we can find a wall. Okay, here's a good place to show it. So if I stun him here now, stand still. You can see he goes into the wall, and basically it can give you an easy counter to it, or recatch, because like I said, it has a very short invulnerable state, so you can get guaranteed follow-ups, but it's very hard to react to or predict, and they can act fast out of it too. Next we have Destroyer. Can you come here? Do you have your E skilled?
Yep.
Okay, so Destroyer, if I just show it quickly, they will scream and exit the stun or daze state. And it also, depending on what they have it skilled to, they can resist 5 hits, like any 5 hits, or they can resist knockdown, daze, stun, and knockback for 5 seconds. But most people who use this skill would probably use, okay, not knockdown, but everything else but knockdown and force grabs or stuff like that. And one very good thing about this skill is that it's unpunishable for Destroyer, and they can act quickly out of it. So how much cooldown is left on it? Okay, 15 seconds. So one very dangerous thing about it is that it's unpunishable, and they can act quickly out of it. So, like, let's say I have him in a stun, and I'm hitting away on him, comboing. He can quickly use his escape and cancel it into a spin counter to get the stun counter on me. So if I stun him now, and I keep hitting away, you can see he used it and immediately started spinning, which countered me since I hit into his counter. That's a very dangerous thing about it. So if you're comboing someone and you know they have the skill, you have to be careful, because you don't want to hit into that counter. And it's not just spin they can do, they can pretty much cancel it into any skill. So if you stun them and you're like kind of retreating away because you think they might use it, they can use it and then charge at you and catch you off guard. So it's not just a counter you have to look out for. You basically have to look out for anything they can do after it. Is the cooldown available again? Okay, 15 seconds. It has a 1 minute cooldown for those who don't know. Assassin's Flower cooldown is 45 seconds, and Force Master's backdash is 36 seconds. Okay, it's ready, so I'm gonna stun him, walk away, and he's gonna charge at me quickly to stun me. See, he can do pretty much anything out of it, so you have to be really careful when they have it available. That goes for some of the class-specific escapes, but now we also have class-specific grab escapes. So,
Can I interrupt you for a second? Because
Yeah.
there's one thing, the
Yeah.
Force Master, that you showed. When you stun someone that's Force Master, and he doesn't have the space, and he has to assess to the wall, you'll still be in danger. Can you please stun me when I'm assessing the wall, like before?
that was what I showed before, but we can show it
Yeah,
again.
but
Go
I
go
mean-
closer to the wall. Okay, so if they're up against the wall,
you're also in danger for this.
oh yeah, that's a good point too. But that stun only works if you get frozen.
If I assess, you always get frozen.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean they could be queuing or Eing it or
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
but
dodge
just-
it basically.
Just a tip.
But yeah, now we have grabs. Grabs is another type of CC in this game, but it's not one of the main three. The difference about grabs are that you can't escape out of it with your tab escape or any other escape unless you put 2 points into your escape here. But there are 3 classes who have grab escapes. So if the destroyer grabs me, you can see on my 3 button I have a skill called Emit Frost, and if I press it, I will enter Ice Prison and also freeze the one grabbing me. And that's a very good grab escape because it's unpunishable unless it can be punished, but it's very hard because they will have to, when you enter Ice Prison, you can basically choose, you can't do anything at all, but you resist all damage, and you can choose when to exit it, but if they predict when you exit it and use a CC at the exact same time, you will get caught. But like I said, it's very hard to pull it off because you can go out at any time you want, and the time window is very short. So next, we have Blade Master and Blade Dancer as well. If I let me remove 2 points from here so I can grapple him. It's similar to grab, but not the same. So if I grapple him, because he escapes with his swords, and I just fell down. Yeah, when they use that skill and knock you back with the swords, it's also unpunishable because they can act out of it immediately. So there are no guaranteed follow-ups for it. If you're
Actually, there's 0.2 seconds of vulnerability there, which we can add.
yeah, but you need to be very quick.
It depends on the class.
But if you're a KFM and you're grappling someone, which you shouldn't really be doing, you can't do anything to avoid that knockback. But a destroyer, for example, when they're grabbing someone, they can spin during the grab itself to resist the knockback of it. But even if you do this, the Blade Master will still escape. Like, even if it doesn't hit, you exit the grab state. So you see, he resisted the knockback, but Shuba still left his grab. So that's one thing to note. And Blade Dancer, Pump, they also have the same thing as Blade Master. So if I grapple him, he escapes the same way as Blade Master. And these grab escapes have 1 minute cooldown. So if you're fighting, if you're like a Blade Master, no, I mean a Destroyer or Force Master that have grabs, one good thing can be to just grab them right at the start of the game to remove this cooldown, so you can then grab them safely afterwards.
Well,
Because-
I can show another Force Master trick regarding this, if you...
Oh yeah, okay, Force Master also have a type of grab escape, but it's not really an escape.
No, I don't mean this. I mean when we are grabbing, for
Yeah.
example, Blade Masters.
Oh,
use
yeah.
your escape right away after I grab you. Like, please, wait a sec. Okay.
I couldn't use it right away.
Well, that was fine anyway. You can resist like this, and if you actually do it and use your stun afterwards, because both Blade Master and Blade Dancer, when they are using it, they become like unable to do anything else except for this skill till the animation is going on. So if you grab a person and he uses it, you don't have it yet?
It's on
Shit.
cooldown.
No,
Okay.
no, 30 seconds.
Okay, tell me when you have it. And I believe any class can do that if they have an iframe that they use.
Albion can do it as well with sidestep if they do it right away. Otherwise, they will lose target before they can do it.
Yeah, you have it.
3 seconds.
All right. They cannot do anything till the animation is over. So then you can use this window to actually start the combo, and that's another tip from First Master.
Yeah, the story can also SS it, and if they use it during that SS, it will activate a knock up on their C button, and they can use that to knock them up. But I'm pretty sure these aren't guaranteed, because I've seen people act out of their grab escapes quickly. Like on my Force Master, I can go against the wall to resist the knockback, and then try to stun immediately, but they can resist this or block it, so it's not really guaranteed. But it can catch someone off guard if they're not expecting it. Next though, with grabs, we have grab counters. So if you see on, I have a button on 2 or a skill on 2 called slip kick, and basically if you time this correctly, you can escape out of the grab. And the way to use this is, if Menace comes here, okay, if he grabs me and then throws me down with Zed. Okay, I was too late, but let's wait again for the cooldown. Oh, okay. We'll just do the knock-up instead. Oh my god, okay, here. Okay, so when he knocks me up... Oh my god, I'm really slow at this.
You suck.
Yeah,
Let me do it.
I think my ping is bad actually, but okay, he can show.
Oh, okay, I press it. Nice.
What happened?
I press it air to air.
Okay, let's just do it on my grapple, because that's much easier. So I'm gonna press 2 now, and you can see he timed his 2 ability correctly when I used it to counter me. And not every ability procs like the window to use your counter. There are some safe skills too. For example, if we have basically every grab finisher, like you see, if I grab him, if I press 2, after it's finished, I let him go, right? It's if you time it correctly on these grab finishers that you counter. But some of these grab finishers are ridiculously fast, so it basically reacting to them won't make you able to counter them. You would have to predict the exact timing. One grab skill that's really important to pull off this ground counter on is a skill called Soul Stab from Blade Dancer. So if Pumps comes here and you grab me and you Soul Stab on me, you can see he just put a sword on my head, and if he lands the skill on you, it unlocks a few very high damaging skills. You can see all these swords hitting me now, and in Arena they do a ton of damage. So if you're fighting a Blade Dancer, it's very important to counter that Soul Stab, because if you get hit by it, you will be taking a ton of damage. But the good thing about it is, the Soul Stab is very slow, and you can react to it easily. So if they do use it, and you react on time, that's a free grab escape pretty much. So if you do it again, see, I reacted to it and hit my 2 button, and you can see I countered him right out of the grab. So that's really important to know when fighting Blade Dancer, because if you get hit by that, you're gonna be taking a ton of damage. That goes for grabs, I think. Is there anything... Oh yeah, there's one thing left about Force Master. So if you come here, intro, and you get a Frost Orb, stun me with 3.
Okay.
So now you can see that he has a orb around him spinning, and when they have this, if you hit them, you get this frost or chill debuff, and when it reaches 3, you become frozen, which means you pretty much can't move or turn your camera, but you can still use movement skills if you have them available. But if a Force Master has this orb out, and refresh your orb duration on me. Intro.
Yeah.
Refresh your Frost Orb.
Yeah. That's just
Okay, so if Menace grabs him now, grab the Force Master, and punch at him with your F ability while grabbing. Menace?
I think he has to change the costume and he has to pull it out first.
Oh yeah, he has to. Okay, that's my bad for not
Don't
noticing.
don't show it to people. I love when they kick me. It's
okay,
amazing.
refresh your orb duration while he's changing.
It's 5 seconds cooldown. I could try to like spam F, but
okay.
I have it
now,
now.
okay, so if Menace grabs him now, you can see him hitting him during grab procs the orb and makes him frozen. And what you just saw there, Intro used his shockwave on his 1 ability while he's grabbed. And if you're frozen when you get hit by this, you get stunned for 1 second. You get knocked back and then stunned for 1 second. So if you're fighting a Force Master and you get frozen when you grab them, you have to get rid of that frozen state really quickly, because otherwise you're going to get stunned. What Destroyer can do when they grab Force Master is they can spin to remove the frozen state. So if you grab him again, you can see he spun right there and it removed the frozen state on him. And if you're a Force Master or a Blade Dancer or another Force Master, you can use your iframe, such as your SS ability, to resist to get rid of the frozen state. Refresh your orb duration on me. Try to get a crit.
Finally.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Palm, you grab him now. Grab him and use your 4 until you get frozen. Oh, you have to change too. Okay, so you see, he gets frozen too, but he can double tap SS to get out of the frozen state. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind when grabbing Force Masters. There's one difference you need to note. KFM, Kung Fu Master's grapple and the cat's grapple, they can't use shockwave on this, so you don't need to worry about getting frozen if you're a KFM or summoner.
And there's also works the way around. If I have this ice orb and I grab you,
Yeah, if he grabs me now and I kick him, you see I get frozen by it.
so
And when he
now I
drops
have
you
free
down,
combo.
yeah, so after, if you get yourself frozen by kicking him, and when he drops you down, you're basically giving him a free stun. So if you're fighting a Force Master and he's grabbing you, you don't want to kick. The only time you want to kick them when they're grabbing you is if you have two chill stacks or more, which basically means you're already frozen. But because if you have 2 chill stacks, when they drop you down, okay, I'm gonna kick him twice, and then he's gonna drop me down.
And I fail.
You
Well,
have,
whatever.
you have the RB2.
I
but
know,
Basically,
I know.
they can put the final stack on you and then stun you before you can do anything, because you're stuck in the drop down animation. So don't kick Force Masters when they're grabbing you. That's goes for grabs too. There's just one more thing I want to show. X-Shade, come here. X-Shade. You see, Away? Okay. Okay, so if he grabs me with his cat... Wait, let me reskill my tab first. Okay, so right now I'm skilling my tab escape to escape from grapple and grab. So if he grabs me with his cat... CC me... Okay. He's gonna grab me now. When you're fighting a summoner, you want to skill your tab escape to escape from grapple status, because you can't grab counter in it, and KFM specifically, they can't use emit frost on grapples, only on grabs. So you want your tab escape skill to escape grapple, because otherwise you will be eating a ton of damage during that grapple. Blade Masters and Blade Dancers can still use their grab escape on the cat grapple though. So if you grab Shiva,
Yeah, changing up. Never mind.
so yeah, he can escape with his swords, but KFM can't escape with emit frost. And next we have the last and final type of CC, and that's air combo. Typically, air combos can only be done out of a daze or stun, but there are a few skills, notably Kung Fu Master's Flying Slam and Smite, that launch them into the air directly. So, someone come out here. So you can see, I'm gonna jump at him, and you can see he gets put into the air, and when you're airborne, some people found us!
Nice. Really mature.
Okay, we need to change channel. And now they can see the channel, great, because it shows the channel in the middle. I'm actually gonna hide my screen quickly. These trolls, man.
Should also leave the group then, so it doesn't show in the group. Just in case.
It's fine as long as I'm not in your channel, and you change to mine. I'm gonna change.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna change character quickly so I can.
Didn't
change
realize they
channel
can
again.
attack me when I'm in the water.
Yeah, sorry about this guy, but we had to do this in the open world because there were too many people to do it in a dungeon or closed area. And this is my first time doing a type of guide like this. I don't have any script or something to follow, so I'm doing this like all based on my knowledge and what I can think of at the moment. And I'm trying to be as detailed as possible. So I hope you guys are finding it enjoyable and a nice learning experience, but if I'm too, how do I say this, like slow in talking sometimes or stuff like that, it's because it's my first time. All my previous guides I've done before are either text or with text on video. Okay, so if you guys check Discord for the channel, let's see. Okay, wait, I'll tell one of you guys what channel I'm in, and then you tell the others in a whisper so I can't see it on my stream. So let me give a direct PM to... Where are you, Shiva? Okay. Message. Oh yeah, you guys can find my channel. Oh yeah, just come to my channel. I gave the channel to Shiva, so he can tell you guys if you don't know it. I will keep the game hidden before everyone's here, so you can't see what channel or anything. And Pomf disconnected. let's see if there are any questions in the chat while we're waiting. I'm waiting for everyone to come here. So yeah, just ask away questions while we're waiting for everyone.
Wait, where do I find the channel?
Yeah, we're in a new channel already. I told you about
Oh,
the
good.
channel, so if you guys don't know the channel, ask him. I don't want to say it in the chat in game because some people will be able to see it.
Yeah, and you should leave the party.
Okay, I'll just leave the party then, and you guys can come here. Okay, now you guys can tell it openly, and I can actually show the game again.
Let's hope they don't randomly change.
Radeyz, will you go through the 10th of February patch changes and how they will impact most matchup? Maybe in another stream, but now I'm explaining the basics only. And all the knowledge I've gone through today is not for KFM only, it's for every class. Every class can make use of this knowledge because it's like the basics every class should know. Let's actually do a quick summary of what we've gone through. So the three main types of CCs are knockdown, daze, and stun. During stun, you can only use your main tab escape. During daze, you can only use your tab escape and your roll escape, the retreat. And during knockdown, all four options are available, which are tab escape, your retreat or back roll, your slow get up, and your ground counter. And for Force Master and Summoner, they don't have a ground counter, so you don't need to worry about ground counter against them. Tab escape, unpunishable, since after you use tab escape, you have resistance for 0.5 seconds when, like, after the skill is finished. So there's no guaranteed punish on it, but if people are overestimating this resistance or just letting their guard down, you can catch them quickly after they use it. Back roll or retreat has a guaranteed window at the end where you can land a follow-up CC. So if I just demonstrate on Ari quickly, use your back roll now. So if you catch him out of the roll on time, with proper timing, he can't do anything about the follow-up. Ground counter, only available during knockdown, and you can counter it by either waiting 0.8 seconds and countering it just as it ends. And remember, you can't react to when it ends, because then you'll be too slow. You have to counter in anticipation. So, quick demonstration. So, with proper timing, they can't escape the follow-up either. And you can also use a defense ignoring skill on it to go through it. Or you can CC them before they use it. But remember, against Blade Dancer, Blade Master, and Assassin, they can still use it even if they're stunned or dazed. So you still have to wait it out. But Kung Fu Master and Destroyer can't do anything if they get dazed or stunned while they're on the ground. So that's a quick summary. Okay, Menace has a question. Oh yeah, I should mention, the next patch we're getting on the 10th. When you get stunned or dazed while knocked down, it will be the same for every class. So if you stun or daze someone while they're knocked down, before they can use their ground counter or their slow get up, they will not be able to use it anymore. And it's already like this for Destroyer, but there will be one difference. If you stun them when they're knocked down, it will seal away the back roll option too. Not just the slow get up or the ground counter, but also the back roll. So that's one thing to note, that this is changing the next patch on the 10th. But yeah, okay, so I think everyone is here. Yeah, everyone is here. The last the last thing I was going to talk about are air combos, and air combos are unescapable once you get put into the air. Usually an air combo has to be done out of a daze or a stun. Like if I stun Ori now, you can see my right mouse button changes and I can launch him into the air. The classes that have this are Kung Fu Master, Blade Master, Blade Dancer, and Assassin.
Actually, we daze first, then we knock up on Penta's last.
Yeah.
So only KFM.
But there are a few skills in the game that launch right away without needing a daze and stun, and for those you just have to avoid them to prevent getting put into it. But if you're fighting, if you're dazed or stunned, you can use an escape before they launch you into the air to actually prevent the air combo. But once you're put into there, you can't do anything about the air combo. So if I launch my flying slam on tab launches directly. So if I use it on him and he fails to dodge it, you can get some guaranteed damage in until the air combo ends. And when an air combo ends, the one who was getting air comboed will be in knockdown state for 1 second.